Hello, Blizzard fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Blizzard upload. This is a game between Galloots and Meister on Terraform, the latter edition. I'm not sure if this is actually a random versus random, because this is the first replay I've loaded after the patch that launched last Thursday. And I'm not entirely sure this is a Legacy of the Void replay. Hey, yes it is. Look at the starting amount of workers. Hey, this is the first patch that has not actually broken my ability to load replays that were done before the patch. So all of you that have sent replays in who have not seen them casted, hold out hope, and I'm gonna get through them this weekend and post them on the channel. And if it doesn't show up, don't be offended. Just send me another one and I'll see what I can do about it. Alright, in the top left of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the red Terran player. It is Galloots. And in the bottom right of Terraform, the latter edition, we have the blue Zerg player. It is Meister. Alright, so quite a few Terran replays lately. I did have a couple of my subscribers bring up the concern that I wasn't really showing a lot of Terran activity on the channel. Again, I just really cast what I get, what I can find, some of the best stuff from WCS and IEM and DreamHack and all that, and also what people send in, what I can get from professionals to send to me, etc., etc. So if I don't do Terran for a while, or I don't do Protoss, or I feel like Zerg's being neglected, please let me know. I'll see what I can do about it, but please understand it is definitely not on purpose. It looks like Galloots is actually putting up a supply depot wall here, so interesting choice. We definitely have a barracks back home and a refinery, but we're not actually using the barracks to wall off. We're going to try to do this with supply depots, which isn't a fantastic decision, just because this is going to be open for quite a while for Zerglings to get in. Oh! And one more thing, if you have any contacts or any way of getting Legacy of the Void replays from professional players, please send them my way. For some reason, some of my contacts that I've had in the professional world have kind of stopped responding to my requests for replays. Not everybody, but some of them have. I'm not sure if I'm bugging them or not, but like if you're a subscriber to somebody on Twitch and they launch a replay pack or they release one, send me a few of the better games, or send me a few of the better games, and I'll see if I can cast those and make everybody happy, because people like to see professional replays on the channel. They're very fun to cast. High-level StarCraft is probably the best StarCraft, even if it does get kind of tedious with a lot of the same build orders. But in Legacy of the Void, there's a lot of experimentation, and it's just really fun to see professional players experiment with StarCraft 2. So, all right, back to the game. The wall is now complete. I'm pretty sure this top gap up here is Zergling-proof. Yeah, I don't see a way for Zerglings to get in there. That's a bunker, which is nice. You can put Marines in there to help as well. But the Terran player has not harassed the Zerg player whatsoever. I don't think he has even scouted, to be honest. He doesn't know speed's on the way. He doesn't know this hatchery's up. For all he knows, it could be a one-base Baneling bust all in that would pretty much kill him at this point. This wall would go down very quickly. The expansion would die. Pretty much anything in here would die as well. There's no bunker, nothing to deal with a large amount of lings. But that's okay. Galloots has survived despite that fact. And here comes the Queen with the inject. Again, this is before the patch. So the part where they got rid of the inject mechanic and the mule mechanic and the chrono boost mechanic is not live yet in this replay. So I'm going to go ahead and discuss those changes. Or I probably already have discussed those changes in a replay review, or a patch notes review that I posted on my channel earlier. So check that out if you'd like to know what is new in this latest version of the beta of Legacy of the Void, and we can discuss it in the comments if you have any questions. But alright, I'll probably post a link up here on the top right to link that if you haven't seen it quite yet. Factory now coming up for Galloots, a Baneling nest on the way, and a lair for Meister. So interesting decisions here. Is it going to be a Baneling bust after all? Are we just doing Legacy, or rather HOTS standard here, Ling Bling Muta? It's possible. The lair could be going for a Spire. The Baneling nest is obvious. We're actually getting a starport though, so I'm holding out hope this starport is going to actually contain a Liberator, just because I need to see an LOTV unit here soon or my head is going to explode. And at this point, if it's just medevacs and then Marines and Marauders, this factory also, maybe we can see Cyclones come out of this. Although, man, it looks like we're probably going to actually drop that starport onto the tech lab. And Widow Mines are coming out of the factory there. The barracks getting out of the way for something, not actually putting on an add-on. There it is. There's the tech lab. Just a little bit late, but that is A-OK. Third base now coming up for Meister. Galloots, yep. Swinging the starport over. What is this going to be? What's going to come out of this starport? Go! Banshee. Liberator. Raven. Nothing, huh? Alright, we'll keep an eye on that. We'll come back to it a little bit later. As soon as I leave, I'm sure he will start to build something there. Yep, indeed. Ah! There's the Liberator. Woohoo! So, okay, we are going to see Liberators in this matchup. Liberators have been known to send Zergs into fits of rage with their Defender ability that just hits everything on the ground like a truck. They do splash damage to air, so they do fairly well against mutas. Pretty much the best way I've seen to deal with Liberators is with Mass Corruptor. Well, not Mass Corruptor, maybe 8 or 9 Corruptors with plus armor upgrades. They seem to be able to tank the hits fairly well. They also hit the Liberators quickly at the same time. So if you're a Zerg player struggling with those Liberators, go ahead and get the Corruptor and you should have a better day. That is for certain. Pretty good creep spread here from Meister. He's got 1 creep queen, which is good. That's usually what I like to have. I don't like to go 2 or 3 like some players, but that is all right. Spire coming up now. Here we go. Meister, on my channel, there is a curse. It is the curse of not making Legacy of the Void units in a Legacy of the Void replay. I need to get a shorter way to say that, because as it stands, that just takes way too long to say, but basically the point is, if you don't make LOTV units in these games, you tend to lose. So Liberator comes out. Galloots is in a really good position right now. If we just go Ling Bling Muta as Meister, I really fear for your future in this game. Let's follow this guy, and actually using the Liberator to try to take down an Overlord. I don't agree with this choice. I think he really should have set up behind a mineral line somewhere and killed as many drones as possible. Right now, what he's done is he has notified Meister to the presence of this Liberator. Yeah, and it takes 100 shots to kill a single Overlord. Again, the splash damage is really where its strength is. You know what? Let's see if the sound's a little bit too loud here. Master volume's at 4. No, I think we're okay. Alright, returning to the game. 1 kill on the Liberator, but again, the Queen is notified to the presence. We probably have some Spore Crawlers going up. Actually, no Spore Crawlers at all. We're making some mutas, though. Again, mutas clump up, and that splash damage hits them pretty darn hard. So the Liberator might end up with more than 1 kill when all is said and done. I do like these Zerglings around at these different areas where Galloots could possibly expand to. Is there one here? There is indeed. Very, very smart. I like to see it burrowed, but just sitting here is nice, too. You know, if it dies, there's probably an expansion on the way. Defender mode comes up. I think a shot did get off on that Queen. The mutas are popping. How many mutas are out? There are 7. I think 7's probably enough to kill a Liberator. But yep, and there's that Spore as well, actually. Defender mode coming on up. It does do 85 damage to everything on the ground. One-shotting drones. Kapow, kapow, kapow. But here come the mutas. They're swinging on in. Ooh, they killed that Liberator pretty darn quickly. It was already pretty low on health because of the Spore Crawler and because of the Queen. But still, at the same time, yikes. In Defender mode, they cannot attack air, so keep that in mind. They're defenseless against Corruptors and against mutas until they can switch back to that anti-air mode, which does take a few seconds, but are we going to try to bust the front here? There are Widow Mines. I'm not actually sure how this is going to work. Do we have any Overseers on the map at all? Units tab shows yes. We do have an Overseer. Where is it? I'm clicking the Overseer. And, oh, here it is, right here at the front of the natural. So, it's not going to be here to help these Banelings see these Widow Mines, that is for sure. But regardless, it looks like they're not going to move out quite yet. These are kind of weird, maybe defensive perimeter type Banelings, who knows. Upgrading centrifugal hooks to make them a little bit faster. Also getting Carapace and Flyer attacks level 1 and melee attacks level 1. So a lot of upgrades coming up for Meister. That is what I like to see. The Terran is still on 2 base. And what is the Terran up to? Tanks, Marines, Marauders, Combat Shield. Alright, so I think after that first Liberator, I feel like... Oh, just kidding. Another one is on the way. I was going to say, I feel like Galloots might have given up on the Liberator, but no. Another one is being produced right at this very second. Lings and Banelings are here. The Mutaflock heading up to do some harassment. Do we have turrets up? We do have a lot of turrets up. Look at that line. That is actually a pretty good construct. It's going to be difficult for mutas to get through there without dying. So coming up this way is pretty much out of the question. I guess they could fly around here and avoid the hits from this turret for as long as they can, but otherwise we'll have to wait and see. Is Zergling here? Is it actually blocking this? It is! It is blocking it. The Zergling dies. Oof, its little body gets flown over the top of the entire clump of Marines and Marauders and Firebats. Yikes! Rather, Hellbats are here. Oh, Widowmine shots. 8 kills, 12 kills. We do get a tank, but all the other Banelings are dead. Wow, those Widowmine shots were huge. There are a couple Liberators here. They can't do anything about these Zerglings unless they go into Defender mode, and there it is, Defender mode coming up. Gonna one-shot Lings unless they get out of there. They do. They get out of the radius. They're gonna try to take down workers on the edge of it here. They get a couple drones, or rather SCVs. Are they actually going to get a missile turret? No, no, they are not. Where are the mutas? Where are the mutas? They're sitting back here. It'd be nice to have them, but all the Lings get cleaned up. Man, this is why you bring Overseers with your Lings and your Banelings. 8 and 12 kills combined for those 2 Widow Mines. That hurts a lot. That was a lot of Banelings that died unnecessarily. They could have had more Banelings here to come into the base after they killed the supply depot and the bunker. But Liberators taking down an Overlord. 2 Liberators do better than 1, that's for sure. The Mutas fly in, try to snipe down the Liberators right quick. And they do. They manage to snipe. No! Yes, they do snipe it, but they use a lot of Mutas in the process. Oh, could have gotten a couple seconds earlier and saved those Mutalisks, but no. Instead, a lot of Mutas have died. We only have 8 left and 12 Lings with 10 Banelings in production. More Liberators coming on out from galloots. I like galloots' position here, making these Legacy of the Void units. A scan comes up, destroying creep tubers left and right. Here comes the swarm of Lings and Banelings. Baneling hits are pretty darn good here. Not many splits at all for our Terran player. Are we actually going to clean up the rest of this ground army? It's going to be close. The Mutas do manage to take down a Banshee and a Liberator. This tank gets cleaned up as well, and this Marauder comes into a bad place. Ends up dead. The rest of the reinforcements need to retreat. These Marines are running for their lives. They do not have any upgrades whatsoever. +1 infantry weapons is on the way, but no armor at this point. Lots of Liberators coming out, though. Look at this. Consistent Liberator production from galloots. Small Muta harassment here. Oh, Widowmine shots again? No, I don't think they were burrowed when that actually happened, but the Mutas and Lings try to get in here and do some stuff. Did they kill some workers? 5 total SCVs have died. If they did, it wasn't very many at all whatsoever. Lings hanging out here as well, but the Terran is now on 3 base. And a 3 base Terran against a 3 base Surrey is not a great place to be in if you are our blue member of the swarm here. Meister needs to watch out, needs to get that macro rolling. Really starved for gas, though. Look at that. Are we? Yeah, haven't taken those gas geysers yet. That's the problem. The third base, and this only has 2 workers instead of 3. That's also a major problem for the Zerg player at this point. Already mined out in the main. Probably should take a 4th. Here we go. Try to take the 4th now. Liberators going against this Overseer. The Mutas flying, but they're clumped up. Splash damage weakening all of these Mutas. This Liberator flying away, though. Trying to deal how it can with these Mutas. Oh, Widowmine splash! Oh, the Widowmines take down all but 1 of the Mutas. The last one ends up dying to the Liberator. And the Mutaflock is done at this point. There are still 5 on the field, still producing them, which is nice. But the Mutaflock has really not gotten as big as it should throughout this game for Meister. Just a difficult thing here. A push out with a really complex group of units, actually. A varied group with Marauders, with Hellbats, with Marines, with tanks. Got a bit of a sneeze here coming. Bear with me for just a second. Alright, and here comes the attack. Moving right on in. Going to take down this 3rd base unless the swell of Banelings can hit a lot. The Defender mode is ready to kill anything that comes in here, though. The Mutas trying to take out the Liberators while the Banelings go after everything on the ground. One of the tanks does end up dead. One of the tanks is still alive. The Mutas are going to try to snipe down these Liberators before the Marines show up, and they do. Both the Liberators are dead. That was a nice pickup with the Mutas, but going Muta on Marine, never a great choice unless the Marines have no upgrades at all, I guess. In which case, the Mutas are doing pretty well, but the base is dead. The Marauders and the Hellbat have done their work there. All the drones evacuating up to this 4th base and finally chasing everybody away, but a couple Marauders that are still left. They're not sure the battle is over. This guy might actually get some drone kills. Look how many hits it takes, though, to kill a drone from a Marauder. It does 6 damage to non-armored units. Just terrible DPS. Unless it's against those Roaches or against those Ultralisks or against other armored units in the Protoss army. Kind of limited on their utility there. This Zergling has a kill. Look at that. Oh no, the SCVs get the surround. And the Zergling ends up dead before getting any more kills. 1 kill was all that was on the menu for that little guy. But that is A-okay. Mutas flapping, regenerating their health. How many total are on the field? Is this all there is? Nope, there's 10. There are 10 total, 6 in production. Alright, so this Mutaflock is getting big. But again, Meister's not getting the Lurkers. Why wouldn't you get the Lurkers? The Lurker is a good unit. You should use it here in the beta. Morphing in Banelings. Are they going to finish in time? It's going to be very close. And they do finish in time, ending up splash damaging on top of a lot of units as well. This Baneling not quite sure to hit. Oh, cleans out the rest of those Mutas. Or those Marines, rather. We have a couple Lings trying to take down these tanks. And they're actually going to be able to get it. This Mutaflock is uncontested right now. All that's left are tanks and Marauders. These Marauders are hoofing it home, but they end up dead as well. Their bodies falling to the ground. And can we actually go after this 3rd base? There are not many Marines here. This Mutaflock might be able to handle this, if we're honest with ourselves. But no, the Mutas are afraid. They don't want to go in there. I think they remember there's Widowmines, right? So 17 kills and 10 kills. That's a Captain Widowmine. Thank you very much. A 4th base now coming up for galloots. Are we replanting the 3rd? We are not. Meister, replant the 3rd. Yeah, I'm not sure what level of play this is, but I have to imagine it's probably around gold. I really don't see platinum level play at this point. Just not replanting this 3rd hurts a lot. The gas income is severely restricted. We still have 100 million drones on this one mineral patch. That's down to 75 minerals. Should have been split up and sent here a long time ago. But that is A-OK. We invite all levels of players to submit replays to Falcon Paladin. They are fun to watch, especially the Legacy of the Void ones, just because we get to see the new units, we get to see new interactions, and crazy stuff happening, like tanks taking out Zerglings and actually splash damaging their own SCVs. So who knows what is going to come up next. All right. Oh, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5th base coming up at the gold for galloots. The fly on in, sniping down those Widow Mines because of the Overseer. Banelings rolling in, getting some big hits off. The Mutaflock is big. There are no Marines to handle this. There are no Liberators at this point. All the tanks get cleaned up. A bunch of drones are dead, or SCVs are dead as well. This command center trying to flee. I don't think it's going to make it. The Mutalisks do have at least +1 attack. They have +1 attack. It ends up dead. The Mutas recognize we are going to take what we got and run. There's no reason for us to fight against these Marines and these Liberators. We're going to snipe down these refineries if we can. That's nice. But taking down that base was exactly what Meister needed to get back into this game. Replanting this base is also what Meister needs to get back into that game. Did he move these drones? Yes. Finally, these drones have moved up here. Yep, super oversaturated here on the 4th base. Taking that 3rd would be nice, or taking another base somewhere right here, maybe. Right here is a good one. Your creep is almost here, dude. Meister, go for it. What is the Terran player up to? Terran is also super heavily mining this natural base. The main is completely mined out. We are just making more and more Liberators. And plus, there we go, weapons level 3 for infantry and weapons level 3 for vehicles on the way, as well as the Infernal Pre-Igniter and ship weapons level 2 here. So just getting all the upgrades possible for mech, for air and ground, and for infantry. Not really getting many shield upgrades for his infantry, though, which is a mistake. I mean, 3/3 Marines, they hit hard, but what makes them scary also for Zerg players is that they take forever to kill as well with that 3 armor. So we'll have to see what happens. There is a Ling. Oh, manages to kill an SCV at this 4th base for the Terran player. Actually, 5th base, but the 4th base is gone. I don't know. I'm not sure how to count these anymore. We'll call it the 4th base because 1, 2, 3, 4. Da, 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 da. All right, are we taking this? Finally replanting here at the 16-minute mark. Meister recognizes that probably should have happened a while ago. Ling swinging on up, trying to see if there's a base here, and there definitely is not. They're kind of out of position, though, because the Terran army is here. And knocking on this door. This rock tower has been knocked down. It's going to take a bit of time for the Terrans to get through it. Might give the Lings some time to get back home. It's just not a lot of Lings or Banelings at all. But, oh no, just kidding. The rock tower was not destroyed. We walked right on through. Defender mode coming right on up. The Lings swell in. Try to deal with this. This Mutaflock is ginormous, though. But the Stimmed Marines, oh, Stim Marines and Liberators clean up that entire Mutaflock. There are Lings going to town in the main base, though. There's really nothing to stop them here. A small group of Marines and Marauders trying to deal with it, but the Terran army is actually paralyzed here at the front door. They're not sure what to do about these Lings. Where are those guys? They're still here, but they are not actually coming around to take care of these Zerglings. There they are. They're peripherally helping with a single Marauder. And finally, they move up to clean up this Ling infestation. The main group is here at the natural. Defender mode being thrown up everywhere. These Liberators have 4 kills and 10 kills on each of those guys. Drones are dying left and right. 25 drones have died so far in the game. These Lings trying to deny this 4th base, but I don't think it really matters. What is left for our Terran player? If we look at the units tab, he has 18 Zerglings and 16 Banelings, and here they come. The Banelings crash in, don't do quite enough damage to remove the entire army from the map. The Marines are still a little bit worried about what's going to come down that ramp, but nothing to worry about at all. There's nobody here. And stimming right on in. Overstimming probably just because there are no medevacs. I just realized we replaced the medevacs with Liberators, but I don't think it matters. Baneling it comes in, gets a couple kills, but we still have Marauders. We still have Marines. This is actually a pretty close game right now. I don't think any production can happen whatsoever from galloots. And Meister's really low on energy as well. Oh, the Broodlings actually cleaned up the rest of that Crowned army. All that's left are these Liberators. Mutalisks pop up at exactly the right place. The Liberators are killing them with their splash damage. They all end up dead. Wow. So that's +2 air attack there. Damage 9. Attacks 2. So 18 splash damage per volley from these Liberators. Another push coming up, though. Hellbats trying to kill what they can on the ground. Spinecrawler might try to deal with these Hellbats. They just do so little damage, especially with the +2 armor upgrade for the Hellbat there. Going to get 1 kill. Yes, 1 kill. 2 kills, actually. Spinecrawler needs to get another one here to make itself super useful, but no, it explodes. The Infernal Pre-Igniter damage is just too much from these Hellbats. Liberators coming in as well to help these Hellbats out, killing things. A lot of income happening. Desperately planning Spore Crawlers and Spine Crawlers at this 4th base to stay alive, but here we come. Marines and Marauders and tanks. There's actually more of an army left than I thought for Galloots, all meeting up here right on top of the creep. They know the Zerg player can see it. They don't care. Pushing right on in with these Marines. Again, they might not want to stim just because there are no medevacs to heal them, but there's actually a Banshee to help out with this. The Banshee might die to the Spore Crawler, which would be unfortunate for the Banshee, and no, it does not. Very close, though. Only 23 hit points left. This base ends up dead, and Meister calls the GG. Galloots also says GG, and Meister's defeated. Galloots is victorious, and Galloots has left the game. So, whew, pretty intense TVZ there. Again, a pretty low level, but still really fun to watch. We saw the Liberators used quite a bit. Liberators in place of medevacs. I'm not sure if that's a great choice against Zerg, just because, again, as you saw, those Marines and Marauders just get overstimmed the closer they get to the base, especially if they've had to stim and run away from things. But either way, really fun to see. Maybe supplementing a few Liberators along with maybe 5 or 6 medevacs is probably a better choice. But regardless, this has been Falcon Paladin with yet another daily Blizzard upload. Thank you so much for watching today. You can hit me up on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook. I'm Falcon Paladin on all 3 of those. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe to catch my daily Blizzard uploads. And until next time, as always, you take care of yourself.